So we first came to Gateway through a friend of my daughter, the Nishi family, who Andrea is part of, and many years ago. And we immediately fell in love with it.
Before we came to Gateway, we were, of course, devout Catholics like everybody else. And we thought we were Christians, but we soon realized we didn't have a one-on-one with our walk.
Yeah, we found the home from day one, which is really interesting because, Pastor Dan, everybody knows how he was. Immediately, he just looked at us. It's like, I know you guys are new. So he called us up to talk at the altar, in the gym. And after 5 minutes, it was like, okay, I'm coming back. Don't worry about that.
We felt a pull that we had to do more for Christ. So we got really friendly with Alter and Marilyn Gator and had a lot of meetings with them and the women's group at the time. Mm-hmm. And I decided there was a next step to take. So we both got involved by ourselves, separate.
Yeah.
And then Jim Dickinson got a hold of us. And then we were in ministry.
Yeah, I started working up in media, as you know. We knew that you can't just sit here, and absorb the word, which is great, and even study it by yourself. You've got to get involved. So we've been involved in a lot of ministries over the years, and we continue to be. And we feel like that's what Christ wants us to do. The reaching generations for Christ, which is what our theme is a real thing, and we've all got to do that. So.
Well, we also feel like we're part of the family, and that everybody in the family has something to do.
Reaching generations for Christ, that is just like, it's not just a theme, it's actually what happens here. There's been so many generations over the years, from kids, the families, and then their kids' families, and it just goes on and on. That's just here, let alone what we do outside the gates for the world. And we have the missions, and even in Staten Island. So it's not just reaching generations here, it's reaching generations that are outside. But first here, and we just, it's a great thing to see, especially when you see the little kids grow up.
My pivotal memory was with the women's ministry with Marilyn Gator. We used to meet with her every Wednesday. She used to drill into us what our role was as a woman, as a wife, and as a parishioner of the church.
I mentioned Jim Dickinson because, he got me into ministry, fresh start for 15 years now, and other stuff. It's because of him that he kept pushing. He said, you've got to do more, which is great. And then Ud's been through so much, even the last few years physically, and just the way he praised the Lord, and the way he prays, and the way his spiritual walk is such an inspiration for me personally, considering, like I say, all he's been through. And I love the men in this church. We have a great men's group, and it's really heartwarming to see all of them come together on a weekly basis, have our breakfasts. My classic is, I remember Pastor Dan getting up on the pulpit one morning and saying, I read the Bible this morning and this struck me. And I'm thinking, this guy's been reading the Bible since he's 5. Here he is in his late 70s and he's still learning stuff. So I was like, okay, I got a long way to go, and it's never going to end, the learning. And that's important. And Pastor Mike is going to lead us that way.
Pastor Mike is a young Pastor Dan. I could see the vitality that Pastor Mike has.
Yep.
Reminds me a lot about Pastor Dan.
Yeah, we see that.
He's got great things coming.